Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I am your Big Brother Yogi, and I don't know if you can tell, but I've been really sick for the past week. So I want to make sure that I'm able to churn out these videos, and I want to get out a discussion, which is going to be tonight, and 3 book reviews. Transitioning into tonight's discussion, I was thinking I should be able to consume this book faster. I want to be able to read these books, get content out to you all, get my review out, and just churn out videos. And I was thinking, well, maybe I should adopt Audible or Spotify and listen to these books, and just listen to as many books as possible, churn out content, and give you my thoughts. And then I was thinking hard about that. And I was saying, well, no, because it's not genuine. And listen, I'm your big brother. I don't want to encourage people to just consume books as fast as they can. I think there's enough booktubers out there that's doing that. And that's just not how I do it. That's not how I read. That's not how I consume books. And, I'm going to show you my way. So my way is 3 to 4 books a month. I think on average, I read about 350 to 500 pages a week, depending on, how that reading week was. And I think that is realistic. And I annotate, I take my time. Sometimes when I'm underlining, that forces me to reread a paragraph or a page, writing my thoughts down. I'm engaging with the work. I'll do a video on annotation and how I do it. I know there are quite a few people who do it, but I want to show you my way. But so today's topic is listening to audiobooks, is that a reading? I know that this is a controversial topic, but I do think it's worth us discussing. I'm old school, I'm 37 years old, and I engage with the books a little different than Audible or today's time. Now, no digs to people who enjoy listening to audiobooks, but audiobooks, it's like listening to a story or listening to someone read the story. It's almost as if I was a child and my mother or my grandmother was reading a book to me. It's like almost a nostalgic feeling, though I don't consume books that way. It's kind of psychological. And it's like, at my big age, I don't want to feel like a child and having someone read the book in front of me, to me. Now that's me. And I do believe that I find reading an accomplishment when I flip the pages all the way up till the end of the book. And when I go back and I look at my pages and now I marked them up, it's an accomplishment. It feels rewarding, as opposed to listening to a book like a fairy tale, like my grandmother. Now, I'm not making fun of, people listening to audiobooks. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just expressing my relations and thoughts to audiobooks. But I do feel that there's another reason, by the way. When I'm reading, like I said, I annotate, so it's forcing me to reread sentences and paragraphs and pages. I'm writing down my thoughts. I'm thinking in a critical way. I'm engaging with the text. Whereas audio books, it's easy for me to daydream and drift off somewhere and think about something that's totally unrelated to the book. And then I got to rewind the book or the audiobook. I've tried listening to audiobooks. It's just not productive for me. But there are benefits to both reading in a traditional sense and listening to audiobooks. You have reading comprehension, and then you have listening comprehension. Both of these methods of consumption or consuming narratives should be practiced. And audiobooks can still give you similar benefits to reading, but it also works on your listening comprehension. Multitasking, critical thinking. And I do think I need to work on my listening comprehension. Like I said, oftentimes I'm just in my own world. I'm thinking about my own thoughts, obviously. And if I'm listening to an audiobook, depending on how they present the audiobook, how the actor is going, I mean, you may lose me in the first two sentences. So I do think that it is important that I do work on my listening comprehension. So I do want to practice listening to books. Is listening to a audiobook reading? I think it's just listening. I don't think it's quote unquote reading, but like I said, I'm old school. I don't know. You get these people who are reading these books online and they're doing book reviews, and I can see how easy it is to fall into that trap. But I refuse to do it. I was thinking about it. I considered it. I was like, I understand now. It's all about the content. But I'm going to push genuine content. I'm going to push encouraging content to read in the traditional way, to mark your books up and to annotate. Maybe if you don't want to mark your books, keep notes. Write down how these passages make you feel. And I think that this is going to be a more rewarding way in consuming books. Now, before we go, I do want to list some benefits to listening to audiobooks. So I went ahead and I Googled some common benefits for listening to audiobooks. And you will find that the majority of these are the exact same benefits you would get from reading. Cognitive and literary benefits: boosts literary skills, enhances comprehension and memory, improves listening skills, builds fluency and pronunciation, lifestyle and convenience. Multitasking, saves time, hands-free access. I think these three are the most beneficial, out of this list. Being able to multitask, being hands-free, and saving time. Mental and emotional benefits: stress reduction, improves empathy and creativity, and provides entertainment and companionship. All of those that we have read are the exact same benefits that you would get from the traditional style of reading. I think it comes down to multitasking, being able to be hands-free, and saving time. These are the three benefits that I can see one having for an audiobook. But all of the other benefits that you would get from listening to an audiobook, you get from the traditional means of reading the book itself. So, and your listening comprehension, I think that is also. So those four things, I think, are benefits of listening to an audiobook. really only see maybe two that would be worth, and I think it would be the listening comprehension and the being able to multitask, listening to your books while you do other things. But listen, who am I? I'm just your big brother. You're gonna go do what you want to do, but I want to let you know that reading it personally, for me, the traditional way, is how I enjoy doing it. I support however you enjoy doing it, as long as you're consuming the book. That's all that matters. I just wanted to give you my opinion, okay? Listen, like, comment, subscribe, holla back at your boy, and I'm gonna talk to you later.